Throwing the net wide. Food-related disease is the #1 cause of preventable death in America. Food-related disease. Proper nutrition is 80% of the equation when it comes to losing weight, getting in shape, and living a healthy lifestyle. Shakeology has the broadest spectrum today of all the nutrients our body needs in just one serving. My goal by the end of this webinar is to explain to you why Shakeology is the most cost-effective, time-saving, and nutrient-dense way to maximize that 80% factor, and show you why, to date, nothing else compares to it. A little bit about me. My name is Shay Stanford. I have a long history of selling treatments to human disease. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I have 9 successful years selling pharmaceutical drugs, specifically in the markets of diabetes, depression, and pain management. My problem with the industry in pharmaceuticals, it's primarily based on repeat customers. Big drug companies manufacture drugs primarily to treat symptoms of disease, not to treat the disease itself, or better yet, prevent it. Doctors spend an average of 10 minutes with their patients. There's very little education or explanation on lifestyle changes. We all know the time we'll go to the doctor, we sit there for 2 to 3 hours, we get in the doctor's room, they're scribbling on their notepad, asking us questions, hand us a piece of paper with a prescription, and off we go. And it's like a conveyor belt of patients in and out of the doctor's office. I myself had very little to no patient interaction as a pharmaceutical rep. After 9 years in that career, I was laid off, and we were bought out by a corporate merger with Pfizer. The relevance to all this I'm sharing with you is that with Beachbody, I am very proud that I finally get to work one-on-one with a client's health. I interact with them, I learn about them, and I give them valuable tools to work towards disease prevention and realistic lifestyle changes. Shakeology is the least expensive product I've ever marketed. $4 a day is nothing compared to what medications cost people. Medications that typically have side effects a mile long and cause people to need additional medication to alleviate all the side effects. We've all seen those commercials. Oh, try this drug, buy this drug for such and such a symptom, and then the side effect list is like 30 seconds long in the commercial. No thanks. And mind you, none of those medications are being taken as a meal. I'll never be laid off of work again, and I'm now working towards people getting healthy and not staying sick. The creation of Shakeology. I love this story, and I think this is the one creation between these two, mom and dad here of Shakeology, that Carl absolutely approves of. I love the story about Shakeology and the concept and the vision that Isabel Deichler had behind it. Years ago, when Carl Deichler and Tony Horton were coming up with all this new home fitness program and the concepts of having home fitness and all these great workout programs, you know, Isabel Deichler, she's a purist by all means. She's a vegan. She's very into nutrition and whole foods and natural clean foods. You know, she kind of nudges her husband and says, you know, you can have all these workout programs and that's all great, but you know what? 80% of the factor is what we're fueling our body. And so often people are putting food in their body and it's not doing anything to nourish them, to get them to where they need to be, to give their cells and their well-being everything that's needed for them to even complete the workout and recover from it. Well, fair enough, that makes sense. So he says, you know, well, go find something that you approve of and we'll endorse it. Therein lies the problem, because everything that Isabel Deichler looked into when she read the backs of all the ingredients at the GNCs and at the supermarkets and the, quote, health food stores, nothing fit the bill. You know, most things have, protein shakes have metals. There's an article actually in Consumer Reports about all the hidden metals found in many common protein drinks. Besides that, What you can read on the back are many have artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, ephedrine, stimulants, all sorts of things that confuses your body and isn't good for your body and ends up keeping you stuck. So she comes back and says, you know what, I haven't found anything I approve of. Everything's got artificial stuff in it or additives that aren't good for you. So he says, well, if you were to come up with something, what would it be? So she sits down, and we all remember the dream team from the Olympics back in the day. She basically came up with a dream team of ingredients. If you could put the best of the best in your body to have it function properly and have your blood system flow and reduce inflammation and all these things that have been used for centuries, some of them even thousands and thousands of years, what would that list look like? She came up with a list of 70 things from all over the world, and that's where Darren comes in. Darren's job, they call him the Indiana Jones of nutrition. He goes to a lot of these third world countries and remote places of the world and speaks with the farmers there that harvest these ingredients, making sure that the integrity of the soil has the nutrients that it needs to have all the vitamins and minerals within that particular ingredient. Then it's imported into the United States, and Shakeology is made in not in a factory, but in a lab, and every single bag is tested for purity of all 70 of those ingredients. It's pretty spectacular. That's why there's nothing else like this on the market. Most things are manufactured in factories in China, and that's just really not something I would consider healthy with very little regulations. This is the number one question I get from clients, from coaches, people in general. This is the number one misunderstanding. How does Shakeology compare? And this is what you see. I mean, you can YouTube things and Google it, and this is what you see. Oh, my shake has 90 calories, and yours has 160, and mine has so much carbohydrates, and yours has this much, and mine has this many proteins, and so on and so forth. This is not where Shakeology is brilliant. Every freaking product has that, and you can nickel and dime it and compare it all day long, but that's not the sweet spot. That is irrelevant. Where Shakeology compares, truly, is where those yellow arrows are. The proprietary enzymes and the adaptogens and all of those superfoods that Darren has worked so hard to keep the integrity of and get in the United States to put in every single serving, not bag, but serving of Shakeology. So unless something else has all of that in it and is 100% natural, I really don't want to hear about it because it doesn't compare. And that's my answer. How does Shakeology compare to such and such? It doesn't. Yours has Splenda in it. Yours doesn't have 70 all natural, 100% whole superfoods in it. It's not about just the carbs and the proteins. It's about the whole big picture. We've all seen this chart, at least a lot of the coaches have. I used to hand this out when I was a new coach starting off with Beachbody. The ingredients and benefits chart. And you know what? Usually I would hand it to people, they'd glance at it, and then they'd throw it back on the table because, you know what? What does all this mean? What is the antioxidants and the probiotics and digestive enzymes? What does all that really mean? That's what I'm going to tell you. It means disease prevention. This is what modern day medicines rarely do now, is prevent disease, getting people healthy the right way. When you look at disease, what is it? You break it down. It's dis-ease. Dis-ease of the body could be anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be a perceived stress. It could be a physical stress, anything that alters our body to where it adjusts and causes discomfort. One of the major forms, of disease is stress. And we all think of emotional stress. I'm talking about chronic internal stress on our body caused by poor health, poor lifestyle, and environmental toxins. Physical stress is the leading cause to chronic disease. And you know what? There is plenty of disease to go around. Actually, unfortunately, according to the Center for Disease Control, most of the top four most deadly diseases are on the rise. Obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. It's not looking good, folks. They're all on the rise. We're more educated and more informed than ever, and we're going in the wrong direction. People will say, oh, well, just give me a pill or some type of drug, or, I just need a weight loss magic potion or pill, or give me some secret cure. You know what? There's no secret. For thousands of years, we've had many of the tools for disease prevention, health, and wellness right here in our hands. Digestive enzymes and prebiotics in Shakeology. What do? They improve absorption. At a glance, you would look right over that and be like, okay, great, whatever. But you think about it. Everything we put in and on our body relies on it being absorbed. You wouldn't put fuel in your car, to have it spill out right to the bottom all over the floor. First of all, you'd be really annoyed because of the cost of fuel nowadays. You'd smell horrible, but you wouldn't have any fuel for your car to run. You'd want to put it to run straight through the engine to power that vehicle. It's the same with us. So many of us are putting food and nourishing our body, putting it into our mouth, and it goes right through us and isn't being absorbed. So many things have interfere with our absorption and our digestion. Antibiotics found in many of the meats and foods nowadays kill the natural flora in our intestines. Why is natural flora important? It fights disease. It strengthens your immune system and increases absorption. Bacteria and flora help us stay healthy. You want your gut to be thriving in your own natural flora. So many of us are putting food and it's just going right through us. Think about last time your physician prescribed you an antibiotic. And then what's one of the side effects? A yeast infection. Why? Because the antibiotics kill your natural flora, causing then a yeast infection. And then what do? You go and you get yogurt with the prebiotics in it, right? To build that natural flora back up. Imagine taking antibiotics and putting that in your body every single day through the foods that you're eating. How do you increase that flora? Digestive enzymes and prebiotics. It's not random that longtime sufferers of IBS finally have relief when drinking Shakeology. It's not random that the first 4 or 5 days of drinking Shakeology, people sometimes experience a disruption of their bowels. It's the body regulating itself. Think of all those enzymes as little scrub brushes going through and cleaning out your digestive system, getting rid of all that stuff that's not been absorbed. That's a great thing. Whenever somebody drinks Shakeology and they want to try it, I always tell them days 1 through 4, what you can expect are those digestive enzymes working. You may go to the bathroom 1, maybe twice extra in a day's time for the first 4 or 5 days, and that's a good thing. It's your body regulating itself. Then what happens at day 4 and day 5? For those of us that drink Shakeology every single day, I know you know the answer to this. That shift happens. That shift to when you start feeling good. You start having that rested energy, wow, I had a really good night's sleep last night. That type of energy, not the sporadic, I drank 8 cups of coffee energy. You start feeling better. Why? Because your body has been cleaned out and you're properly absorbing all of those nutrients that are in Shakeology now. And you're starting to feel the effects of it and the difference. That's the sweet spot. So when someone asks me as a coach, hey, I want to try Shakeology, I do no less than 5 days because I want them to feel that sweet spot and feel that shift at days 4 and day 5 once those digestive enzymes have completely done their work and they're truly able to absorb the food they're putting in their body. Adaptogens. What are adaptogens? They boost your immune system. There are so many toxins and diseases and all sorts of stuff out there, and adaptogens help your body naturally adapt to stress. For thousands of years, humans have used already astragalus and ashwagandha to prevent diseases. In fact, it's one of the secrets of health and longevity is to use those. Why? Because they're potent adaptogens. Our immune system is significantly affected by stress. Not work stress, not household stress, although that as well, but the bigger stress. Stress on our body from the environment, our lifestyle, and the food. It all takes its toll on our body. We need the best defense mechanism possible to put in our body. Those are where adaptogens come in. How do you know if your body's feeling the effects of stress? What's a symptom of physical stress on the body? Well, are you tired? Do you feel you're just not really coping? Do you need to increase your stamina or your endurance? Do you lose concentration and mental clarity? Or do you just kind of overall feel weak? More and more people nowadays are becoming lactose intolerant, gluten intolerant. That's the immune system. That's from the hypersensitive immune system. Adaptogens make your white blood cells, which are your fighter cells, work better and improve your body's ability to ward off and adapt to stress. It boosts your immune system and helps prevent disease. Phytonutrients, fighting disease. You see a common theme here? Putting the right stuff in your body just makes you stronger. You're not going to get this just with your everyday food. Even if you're eating clean and you're eating perfectly, this is like a super dose of everything that's going to empower your body to run more efficiently, more effectively, and make you feel stronger. Phytonutrients do exactly this. They fight disease. They detoxify your body from external factors. Toxins exposed to our body over time. Benefits of phytonutrients. They cause cancer cells to die. They repair the DNA damage caused by smoking and other toxins to our cells. They also have antioxidant properties. Antioxidants. This is a big one and one that I love to share the benefits of because these little suckers are pretty powerful. You see the two things there. It says reduce inflammation and oxidative damage. What the heck does all that mean? Okay, reduce inflammation. Is that like when I slam my thumb in the door or get it caught on something and I snag it and it swells up? Well, yeah, that's acute inflammation from one particular incident. More and more studies, recent studies and research are showing that inflammation is the precursor to nearly every disease that our body has. It's the reaction. It's the body's natural reaction to any type of stress. So you want antioxidants that help reduce inflammation. Chronic inflammation over time. Like I was saying about the recent studies have shown a lot of these, I'm going to name some diseases that are all attributed to inflammation. Arthritis, colitis, IBS, Alzheimer's disease, macular degeneration, some types of cancer, heart disease, diabetes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop on heart disease real quick because I don't know if any of you have ever seen the Dr. Oz episode or maybe other shows on Discovery, I don't know. But I recall Dr. Oz, and he has on the table cadavers, body parts. And on one table they're healthy and on the other table they're diseased. The ones where they're diseased, you look at a diseased heart of someone who's had a heart attack or heart disease or diabetes, and the heart is huge. It's so inflamed compared to the healthy person's heart of the same age and same demographic. The same goes for the kidneys and the liver and all the different organs, the digestive system, the intestines are huge. There's so much inflammation. And that is what's causing a lot of the disease and a lot of the problems is this inflammation. You want to reduce that. Oxidative damage. Thinking of oxidize, I don't know if you remember back in science class, it's basically to break down. You think of rust. Rust is oxidation. But you see those little red particles in the picture? Those are called free radicals. What they do to your cells, they're like shotguns to your cells. When something oxidizes in our body, it shoots off these free radicals, which are molecules that are responsible for aging and tissue damage. They're pretty detrimental in our body. What do antioxidants do? They battle that chain reaction so that cell death and damage doesn't occur. Cells are where all diseases and all life starts. The healthier the cells, the healthier the person. Reducing those free radicals caused by oxidation keeps healthy cells thriving. Reducing arthritis, heart disease, hardening of the arteries, and cancer. Proteins and amino acids. I think we all basically know that, obviously proteins help us build lean muscle. The more lean muscle we have, the higher our metabolism, the less fat we have, the more calories we require. So if you don't have lean muscle, typically your metabolism is going to be pretty slow. We lose lean muscle if we don't eat enough calories. When's the last time you saw an anorexic person with muscle tone? You don't. Our body cannibalizes our lean muscle because our body needs protein. Proteins and amino acids help us reduce cravings. They support our brain function, our clarity, and our mood. The more dense the protein, the better to build muscle. A lot of the proteins that are in the vegan formulation of Shakeology, the strawberry and the chocolate vegan, are all natural, very, very dense, nutritious proteins. So, how does Shakeology compare to my little Jillian Michaels shake I found at Walgreens? Well, this is the comparison. There is none. My mom actually, she really likes Andrew Weil, the doctor, and she ordered one time all of these ingredients individually, all these supplements, because she wanted to nourish her body. First of all, she was taking tons of vitamins 4 times a day, cost her over $400, and she was getting an upset stomach because the breakdown of all of these vitamins, she just felt like she was taking vitamins all day, and it was upsetting her digestive system. For any of you who have had Shakeology, it's delightful. It tastes great. You don't taste the wheatgrass. You don't taste the ashwagandha because it's covered not with artificial sweeteners. It's covered with cocoa powder. That's natural. That's good for you. That's why there's not an ice cream shop full of flavors like some of these other companies that have all these flavors, because they're dumping artificial flavors into the drink to make it taste good. That's not healthy. I almost feel offended when people try to compare Shakeology to some type of garbage that they bought at GNC for $40. Shakeology throws the net wide. You look at all of those ingredients and you completely encompass everything that your body is craving for and desires to make you stronger, run more efficiently, and ward off disease. Will Shakeology alone make you lose weight? No. It's about your intake and your food and your activity. I don't tell anybody, you drink Shakeology and you're going to lose weight. But I'll tell you what it will do. You'll definitely run more efficiently. You'll absorb the nutrients that you're putting in your body, and if those are clean nutrients, you're going to feel phenomenal. You'll feel better. Your health will improve. You'll have more energy. So guess what? You tend to do more. You're more active because you feel good and you want to be. You have less cravings. All cravings are our body begging for nutrients. Our body doesn't recognize that we just dumped it full of food and we feel full, But our body is saying, you just gave me a bunch of food and there's nothing I can use in it. I'm still hungry. I need nutrients. And then we manifest that thought as, oh, I'm still hungry. And then you dump more food in you. You can get by on less food if it's the right kind of food because our bodies will use it and our cravings will go down. That's all cravings are. You put the right stuff in your body, it's amazing how the cravings go away. So, you put the right stuff in your body, and the byproduct is losing weight. Weight loss is a result of taking care of your body and doing the right thing. It's no magic shake, it's no magic pill. It is just one freaking phenomenal product that's 100% natural, that's got everything in it to make you run efficiently. So why Shakeology? Well, you can see here, it's not just like, we have our thing that Shakeology is like 5 plates of salad, which it is the equivalent of 5 plates of salad, vegetable-wise. But it's actually more, because salad bars have lettuce and tomato and cucumbers and carrots and all the typical stuff. They don't have sachi and chia seed and maca root and ashwagandha and goji berries. I've never seen that on a salad bar. So it's like almost an international superfood salad bar. It's brilliant. You'd spend, as I said, over $400 a month to have all of those individual ingredients alone. I think just a shot of wheatgrass. Last time I was at a health food store, just one shot of wheatgrass is between $4 and $5. There's one shot of wheatgrass in every single serving of Shakeology. Freaking phenomenal for the bloodstream. You see why it's not just about the calories and the carbs and the proteins, although that's great about Shakeology too, but it's not about that. How can one person possibly assimilate all of that in one shake with all the work that Beachbody has put into Shakeology? They can't. It's so much easier. Even if you're juicing. Juicing is great. It's phenomenal. When's the last time someone juiced 70 ingredients in one serving? You can't assimilate that. Shakeology is great, is a great addition to anybody who juices. Add Shakeology in there and it's like you get so much more than what you have to go to the grocery store to get. Integrity. This is a thing a lot of companies don't have. There is nothing artificial in Shakeology. Splenda used to be a pesticide. Tasted sweet when they were making a pesticide, so they switched gears and decided, hey, why don't we make it a artificial sweetener? It's a much more profitable market. Yeah, a lot of shakes nowadays have Splenda in it. That's not so great. Artificial colors, sweeteners, stimulants, I guarantee 99% of the shakes out there have that. Those aren't so great for you. Shakeology is pure, clean eating. It's super easy. I eat mine for breakfast. I get up. I don't have to bother cooking anything when I'm tired and I'm like, oh, waking up. It's right there on the counter. It takes me 2 minutes to make. It's the perfect meal to start your day off. If something's controversial, it doesn't go in Shakeology. How is something considered really a health shake if it's got ephedra and Splenda and dyes and artificial flavors? I mean, really, you get what you pay for. Shakeology's got ingredients imported from third world countries. Could we buy a lot of those ingredients here in America? Yeah, but the problem is the soil's not nutrient dense. It's been depleted of a lot of nutrients. And unfortunately, we got to go to third world countries to get it to be the pure state of nutrients that it needs. Shakeology is manufactured in a quality controlled lab in the United States, not in a factory in China. So in closing, Shakeology, throwing the net wide. Remember, 80% of the weighting on how we feel and the energy we have and what we do and losing weight and all the stuff we want for us, that 2 o'clock slump, all of that, 80% weighting on nutrition. This makes it super easy, folks. What we eat changes everything. So if you're going to make that one meal matter, make that one meal that throws the net wide to encompass your best chance for health and nutrition. I'm not saying that there's a direct cause and effect. if you drink Shakeology, you'll live forever and you'll be a superhero and disease-free. No, you're not. It's the same as if, you go into battle and wear a shield. Does that mean you're not going to get hit? No, you still bring the chances of getting hit. But man, you're guarding yourselves with so much more protection and giving your body what it wants. You got one life here, folks. Fuel it right. Think of when you're not eating well, that one meal, how gross you feel after that one meal. I mean, yeah, it tastes great when you're putting it down at the time, and then afterwards, and the next day you feel gross. You do that 2 days in a row, you do that for a week, a month, a year, it adds up. The weight adds up. That compound effect. You know what? The reverse is true too. You're not going to notice the difference in Shakeology in just one shake. But every day for a week, for a month, for a year, for a lifetime, Shakeology gives that daily compound effect on your health, and your body feels it over time. It'll thank you for it. Thank you for listening.